Welcome. Good morning. Thank you so much for your time today. My name is Kiavitsa and I shall be your program director for today. But firstly, first and foremost, thank you to the commissioners, the CEO, and the entire leadership of the IEC, political liaison committee, stakeholders, and of course, you, ladies and gentlemen of the media. We truly appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to be with us right here at Gallagher Convention Center. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into it, yes? Besides that, we know that elections carry an identity and a story. Each of our elections since 1994 have carried an identity and an election and a story as well. And the way we've been able to identify each of our elections is through our logos, through their logos. So we're here today to unveil the local government election logo for the year 2026 2027. So yes, you have first look, ne? You are very special. It's all you. So you have first view, you have first glance as to what the new, the local government election 2026 logo 2027 looks like. And you are our very special invited guests for that. And we truly appreciate you taking the time to be part of this momentous journey. It's been a difficult year. Well, it's been a stressful year, but we've been able to do it, yes. And it's going to be an incredible journey getting up to the 2026-2027 local government elections. And with that, we need to find out as to how ready we are to go out there to the polls, to mark that X next to the box at our voting stations. Yes, the implementation, the planning that has gone through it, the feedback that has gone through it within the IEC, and a whole lot more in terms of that. When you have feedback, you know which loopholes to close and you know what to do better, right? Yes, you're successful, but there's sometimes loopholes or there are things that you can do better from what you've seen previously. And to help us better understand as to how ready the IEC is, of course, the readiness for the elections is the one and only the Chief Electoral Officer, that is Mr. Sai Mamabolo. Please, come on.
Um, Thank you, Program Director Kia, and greetings to the Chairperson of the Commission, Date Msotumu Yapia, members of the Commission, members of the Political Liaison Committee, Deputy Minister Regina Mhaule here representing the ANC, members of the executive and management committees of the Commission, members of the media, distinguished guests, staff of the Commission, good morning.
Morning.
It is a privilege to welcome you to this important occasion, the official launch of our campaign logo and tagline for the imminent elections of municipal councils. We gather because elections are not an antiquated event. Rather, elections remain a current and cool system of organizing public affairs, requiring consistent nourishment and renewal. Therefore, this event is about nourishing our electoral democratic reality as a people. The logo and its corresponding tagline are both a call to action and an abiding reminder about our constitutional ethos. It speaks to the enduring strength of our democracy and the responsibility that rests with every citizen. Our democratic system does not exist in abstraction. It comes alive when people rise, participate, and make their voices heard through the ballot. So today, we revealed the reveal of the logo and tagline signal the start of an intensified phase of preparations for the forthcoming local government elections. As part of these preparations, the Commission will conduct a general voter registration weekend on the 20th and 21st of June this year. During this registration weekend, approximately 24,000 registration points will open across the country. The opening of the registration stations ensures that every eligible South African has accessible opportunity to register, update their details, and prepare to vote. Importantly, registration stations equalize access to the electoral process, as registration weekends are settlement agnostic. Differently put, it does not matter where you live, there will be a registration in your community. In the context of a local government election, where a voter registers assumes importance. Beyond the functional value of registering closer to where you live, there is also an important political reason, which is that your place of residence is tied to a geographic entity of political representation, which is a ward. Therefore, voters will only vote at the station in the ward of registration. For that reason, there is no legal facility to vote outside of the voting station of registration. Behind this operation of preparing the local government election, it's a significant human effort. An election is as much a human endeavor as it is a legal and a political project. So we are in the process of finalizing the recruiting and training of approximately 70,000 registration staff. This recruitment process has been carefully designed and codified in the recruitment and selection criteria. This criteria were generated after consulting with the political liaison committee at the national level. In essence, we are placing emphasis on supervisory experience for key leadership roles in the voting station, such as presiding and deputy presiding officers. At the same time, we remain firmly committed to upholding employment equity imperatives across all other categories of electoral staff. This will include the unemployed people and persons with disabilities. The critical task at hand is blending supervisory experience and youthful energy to bring about, hopefully, a joyful day of electoral festivity on the date still to be proclaimed as Election Day. In addition to aspects related to human capital, we are also strengthening our technological platform and systems. We are about to conclude the platform upgrade to modernize and render current our technological platform for the delivery of elections. With this upgrade is provided the necessary security reinforcement to contend with the ever-evolving cyber threats. Our stock of 40,000 voter management devices, which are essential to the registration drive, have undergone mandatory maintenance. But importantly, the suboptimal application coding that affected VMD performance in the previous general election has now been redressed. To further ensure reliability and public confidence, independent external ICT auditors will conduct a rigorous review ahead of the registration weekend. This review will include stress testing, code review, and other verification processes to ensure that our applications perform optimally under all circumstances. Our planning framework indicates that candidate nomination is likely to close towards the end of July this year. We anticipate that we will likely surpass the 100,000 mark in terms of prospective candidates for the elections. In the corresponding elections in 2021, the number of candidates was 95,000. So given the projected number of candidates, we encourage all prospective independent candidates and political parties to prepare the nomination documents and other requirements timeously. Election deposits are a crucial element of this statutory requirement. As part of enhancing transparency, inclusivity, and an orderly election, the Commission has issued a public notice inviting comments on proposed election deposits. The proposed election deposits are as follows. In respect of a single ward, 1,800 rands. In respect of a local municipality, 2,800 rands. In respect of an election for a metropolitan council, the metros, 4,700. And in respect of a district council is 1,800. So we call on all stakeholders to participate in this consultative process. The deadline for submissions is 8 May 2026. Elected parties and independent candidates who secure 10% of the votes in the ward are reimbursed. Those failing this legal threshold have their deposits forfeited to the National Revenue Fund. Our contact center, which integrates voice and social media interactions, is now activated. Members of the public wishing to interact with the Commission may use the contact center so as to get necessary assistance and information. The number of the contact center is 0800 11 8000. Ladies and gentlemen, at the heart of all these preparations lies a simple but fundamental and powerful truth. The strength of our democracy depends on participation. The electoral edifice of our country is not built solely by institutions. It is sustained by citizens who choose to engage. Citizens who remain invested in our country's democratic project. The campaign about to be unveiled is more than a slogan. It is an appeal to every South African to rise above apathy, to reject disengagement, and to actively shape the future of our communities and our country. We therefore call on all eligible citizens, register, participate, and vote. Because when you stand up and vote, you do more than cast a ballot. You affirm and nourish our democracy. I wish to thank you.
Thank you so much to Chief Electoral Officer, that is Mr. Saima Mabolo. Look at me getting straight into things and being rude and not giving you the house rules. First one, phones on silent, please. Yes. Second one, the bathrooms are to your left when you go out to the grill. Just turn left and your bathrooms are there. If you are a little thirsty, there are water bottles at the back. And please go onto social media, specifically if you want to go into, well, any social media. We are at IEC South Africa, the IEC South Africa. And of course, the hashtag is WAZA LGE 2026. That is WAZA LGE 2026. So post, tag, share, let them know that you are here. You're that special individual that gets to see the new logo before everybody else. Before everybody else. So thank you so much, Mr. Saima Mabolo. But let's get into some more remarks coming through from our chairperson, Commissioner Mr. Mosotho Moyepja.
Program Director, fellow commissioners, Chief Electoral Officer, your executive committee members, your MANCO, IEC officials,
Yeah.
members of the National Political Liaison Committee,
There's a part where
members
they
of
have
the
to go
media,
off, so I'll remind them.
distinguished guests, and the people of this beloved country, South Africa. Good morning. We come to you this morning as the Electoral Commission at a time when we near the critical phase in our preparations for the 2026-2027 local government elections. This occasion represents more than just the reveal of the logo for these elections. The event also reaffirms a deeper and enduring commitment and a constitutional promise that every South African counts and that every vote and every voice matters. The logo we are about to unveil is new, it is fresh, and it reflects renewal and a progressive direction in our electoral democratic journey. But let us be clear, while the symbol may change, the values it represents do not. Our commitment to free and fair elections is perennial, it is steadfast, and it is non-negotiable. We must also use this moment to reflect on our journey as a nation and as a commission. Over the past 3 decades, millions of South Africans have exercised their democratic right to vote, often with hope and always with dignity. Yet, we must also acknowledge with humility and honesty that many of our people have expressed disappointment with the dividend of our democracy. For too many, lived realities have not improved as they had hoped that would be the case. Just a few days ago, we realized and released the Human Sciences Research Council's findings on voter participation. This release was revealing. The findings invite sober reflection on the nation and on the state of our electoral democracy, even as we prepare for these elections. In essence, the findings indicate that 3 decades into democracy, public trust in many of our institutions has declined. While some institutions have been more affected than others, the overall trend is very clear. South Africans do not trust institutions as they once did. And this is tough on all of us. But for us as a commission, one of the key takeaways is that public trust whether in institutions or in processes or in outcomes, cannot be taken for granted, nor can we rely on the trust of yesterday to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Every day we have to work at earning trust and building on that trust every day. We must continuously build trust and demonstrate to those who place their confidence in us that we do not take it for granted. Trust is fragile. It must be preserved with great care. Encouragingly, even when trust that has been strained is considered and we reflect on it, it can be rebuilt consistently. It can be worked on with integrity, and we can do so with a deliberate effort. In short, we must earn the trust that South Africans put in us or entrust into our care. We must never lose it. And when we do, we must act fast to re-earn it. This is such a moment. The 2026 elections are such a moment for our nation. As the Electoral Commission of South Africa, we fully accept this awesome responsibility. It may be frightening, but somebody has to do it. And at a time such as this, we stand ready to do it. We are committed to strengthening and reclaiming our standing as one of the most credible and respected election management bodies the world over. This will not be achieved through words alone. No amount of words will get us out of it, but we must act. Our conduct must show it daily, in every office, in every interaction, and in every aspect of our field work across this nation. We must earn the trust of South Africans, all of us. It is not just a call to the Electoral Commission. It speaks boldly to the political contestants. It speaks boldly to those who communicate messages, the media. It speaks boldly to leaders in all spheres of our endeavor in this nation. Every day, it's a day we need to go and work and rebuild and give confidence to South Africa. We will therefore intensify our engagement with all stakeholders, the citizens of South Africa, political parties and candidates, civil society, traditional leaders, and the media. We will pay particular attention to those parts of the country where doubt and mistrust have taken root. We must listen, and we will do so. We must engage, and we need to do so. We must respond to everything that is raised that stands in the way of the work that we do being achieved in the best way that we know it should be done. This must be constructive. Even as we commit ourselves to this path, we must be clear about one fundamental truth. Democracy only works when citizens participate. Elections are the most powerful expression of that participation. They are the moments when every citizen, regardless of status or circumstance, is equal. Equal in voice, equal in power, and equal in their ability to shape the future of their community and their country. To withdraw from this process, to retreat from this participation, is to surrender that power. It is to silence one's voice at the very moment it is meant to be heard and heard loudly. Yes, democracy is imperfect. It reflects the imperfections of those who operate within it. Yes, it remains, without question, the best system humanity has devised to ensure that every person has a voice, and that voice counts at the time it is required most to count. And we must do so and acknowledge that we all contribute to this work. The answer to the challenge within democracy is not less participation, but more. It is a deeper engagement and an unwavering commitment to making the system work better for all of us, not for some, but for everyone. And that is why today is also such an important day, a day that will result in a call to action. We call on every eligible South African to register and to vote. If you are already registered, please ensure that your details are correct and up to date. If you have never registered before, this is the moment. Take that first step. Encourage your family, your friends, your colleagues, your communities, and do this across the length and the breadth of this nation. This will help everyone to know how they need to participate, why it matters for them to participate, and why it is important, even more important on this occasion. Let the logo that we are going to unveil today serve not only as a symbol of an upcoming election, but as a reminder of our shared responsibility, the responsibility to protect what we have built as a nation, the responsibility to improve what is not yet working as it should, and the responsibility to ensure that democracy remains a work in progress that is vibrant and viable and serves all the people of this beautiful nation. It is ultimately a patriotic duty to guard our democracy vigilantly and to defend it always. The Commission stands ready to play its part. We invite all South Africans to do the same. May God bless His beloved nation. I thank you.
Thank you to the chairperson, Commissioner Meebza, for that. I really loved what you said in terms of democracy, as to how it's our responsibility to protect, to also build it as well, to make sure that we are active in what we want our country to look like. Thank you so much to the commissioners and the CEO of the IEC. I would love for you to take your seats in the audience. Give them a round of applause. No, not yet. Not yet. Okay. Not yet. Okay. I do have a question. Have we all registered to vote? Are we sure? That's not a convincing yes. Have we all registered to vote? Okay. Have we updated our details if we need to change them? Do you know where you need to go if you need to update them? All right. So if you haven't registered, I don't understand why, but if you haven't, please go outside. There are IEC officials that will help you to register, but most importantly, will help you update your details, because we do know that the local government elections, it is vital for you to vote where you register. I get it's not a national election where you can vote wherever, but not exactly wherever. But with this one, your vote is very important, specifically to the place that you registered. So please do make sure that you have updated all of your details. And I think this goes in perfectly into what we are going into right now, because one thing that I've seen over the years as a young adult in South Africa, and as someone who's had the privilege to get some of the best education because of the parents' hard work, is that there's a couple of things that's missing in our curriculum. Financial literacy being one of those, nutrition literacy being another one, because you are what you eat is what they say. But most importantly, another thing when it does come to shaping our democracy that is missing is voter literacy. Do we understand the electoral system? Do we understand why we go to vote at national level and local government level? Is there awareness there? Is there education there that we need to better understand as to why we go to vote? And a bit of me, when I sit around some people, some young individuals, it's a yes and no, a little bit of touch and go. It's there, it's not there. But I think constant education and constant awareness is something that is vital in terms of us better understanding why we need to go and vote, but most importantly, how the electoral system works, yes? And to help us understand how the IEC is taking the education and awareness to young South Africans, but not just young South Africans, to all citizens, South African citizens, is, ma'am, your title's a lot, but it's a lot, and I learned it, is the GM of Civic Democratic Knowledge and Research Management. What does that mean? Her name is Moagisi Letlago. Thank you. Please come up.
Thank you very much, Gia. Chairperson, commissioners, CEO, ladies and gentlemen, all protocol observed, good morning. My name is Moagisi Letlago, and I'm pleased to present to you this morning two exciting IEC outreach initiatives that will be part of our civic education and communications programs for local government elections 2026-2027. The first of these is Beats for My Peeps, a high-energy edutainment reality television series that is set to ignite youth voices across South Africa during prime time on SABC1 this coming May. Beats for My Peeps blends music, culture, and civic engagement, bringing together digital creators as well as music artists, together with dynamic IEC representatives to spark conversations that matter. The show tackles election myths, and we know there are a lot of those. It confronts youth disillusionment and builds towards original tracks that will inspire young people to show up, to register, and to go and make their mark on their ballots when the elections are called. This IEC and SABC education production by Brian Cotti gives fresh, youth-driven democracy another take. Roll tape.
In every generation, there comes a moment where voices stop waiting and start leading. Across Mzansi, creators, thinkers, artists, and changemakers step forward to shape the story of our democracy.
We as
Chairperson Musutume Pja to come through again to give us his remarks about this beautiful logo. Get up, show up, vote. Yes?
South Africa at the moment has arrived. This is not only our journey as the Commission, it's the journey all of us, every well-meaning South African needs to participate in. In fact, you don't even need to be 16 to help a grandma, to remind a brother, to help mommy and dad, to mark every important date in the calendar. The journey has begun, and it has begun earnestly. It is the time for every one of us, every well-meaning South African, to get up, to show up, and to vote. Thank you, South Africa.
Thank you, Chairperson. Truly appreciate it. It's beautiful, yeah? Yeah. It's strong, it's bold, and it reminds you to go register. But for our vote of thanks, so please can I ask to come up to the stage, and closing remarks is Commissioner Janet Love, our Vice Chairperson of the IEC.
It's really an honor after that magnificent performance, this vibrancy, the launch of a logo, to stand here and be able to give a vote of thanks on behalf of the Commission. I stand on the protocol that is before, that has come before, in greeting you all, but I did want to express a very special word of thanks to those members of the media who are here, who are the ones who we are putting so much faith in to help us, to enable us to convey to every single citizen in this country something of the truth, so that we don't have a country that sinks into a country that doesn't grapple with the hope, with the need for individuality, for the need to wake up, to get involved, to show the commitment, indeed for the need to get up, to show up and to vote. Thank you all for being here. Thank you to our wonderful program director. Thank you very much for our interpreters, and thank you all for being here.
I think our vice chairperson did my job just there a little bit. But once again, thank you so much for taking the time to come out today. We truly appreciate it. Let people know that you are one of special individuals who came through to the Gallagher Convention Center to view the brand new local government elections 2026-2027 IEC logo. Get up, show up, vote. Get up, show up, vote. As the young man said, uvuge. A little fafa as well. Smell good. Fafa, smell good, right? And as the young lady said, it's a power move, Baba, right? What do the young ones do? You clock it. Yes, you clock it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to clock it. So thank you once again to you that is here, to those that are watching on our stream as well. We truly appreciate it. Woza LGE 2026 is the hashtag IEC South Africa across all social media platforms. Let them know that we are here, we are ready. And if you need to do anything, right, in terms of registering to vote or updating your details, please do go outside. There is an IEC official that will help you out in terms of updating your details, because with these local government elections, where you register is where you vote. And to those that have not registered, to your friends at home, It's easy, hey? It's so easy. Register to vote.elections.org.za is where you do all of that. Register to vote.org and register to vote.elections.org.za. Thank you so much. My name is Kia Ngube, and I've been your program director for today. I will ask you to please go outside, mingle, have a good time, network, talk about the beautiful logo as we prepare the room for our press conference. But once again, give yourselves a round of applause. And thank you to our commissioners, thank you to the CEO, and of course the leadership of the IEC, Political Liaison Committee, and of course stakeholders, ladies and gentlemen of the media, and Ruska Liwala, our beautiful sign language interpreters, Mpho Nonomsa. Thank you. Have a great one.